Hello everyone, this is Caden and Ryhawk here in post-production. This video we're supposed to be for just upgrading the trike and then going out to have some fun with a buddy of mine, but unfortunately we have to address a wake-up call because some things can happen unexpectedly out of nowhere, and we just need to just stop it and then throw in the towel from there. So unfortunately, after this video, Bandit's progress is going to be put on hold. I need to just kind of take some time to myself just to figure out what am I going to do from here on out. If you want to skip to the what happened, first of all, you're no fun, and but there's a timestamp in the description. I will be doing an analysis later on what happened in a future video in a new series we'll be doing later on in the future. Anyway guys, that's all I wanted to say. Enjoy the video. So Emmanuel, it's been about a year since you've seen this thing and it looks a whole lot different than what you've ridden in the past, am I right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, what are your thoughts on this trike so far?
I think it looks great and has a lot of performance upgrades as well.
Oh yeah.
And I can't wait to see what it feels like.
Okay, well, whenever you're ready, turn that key and hit the choke and send it.
Alrighty.
That's a glove upside down, if it works. I don't know if it will, really. But that's on there, though. Well, that's on there really sturdy. I wish I could have done that a little bit better, but it's a tight space. Let me grab a file, because I'm going to be honest, that was garbage. But I gave it the wiggle test. It does want to hold, surprisingly. Pretty sturdy. It's really sturdy, actually. I would use the angle grinder, but it's just again a tight space. But yeah, if I pounded it hard enough, a lot with a sledgehammer, then it would come off. But if I'm trying to wiggle it off, then it should be okay. If we crashed it, then it might fall off too. But she's on there. Yeah, I'm gonna need to practice a lot more if I'm gonna be doing a whole bunch of, if we're gonna be doing some new projects down the road, which is gonna be a long time from now, just FYI. So I modified the battery cover a little bit just so we have some better clearance issues and a better way to secure our battery and whatnot. And I'm about to go on a test run. Also wanted to share too, I tried doing a different method here. We're keeping this is the chunk I cut off, and I tried welding a piece of 1/8 flat stock on the underside because it was a little bit warped and kind of wobbly. So it welded better to one side, but then you have to find a way to bend it to the other side. The heat probably could have done that, but I just wasn't sure. So I put this on there, and then this lined up with the square tubing. I just didn't have a good way to weld to it, essentially. So I cut this loop off, and that survived the wiggle test. And I'm going to paint it too here in just a little bit. I'm thinking probably the same old scenario, but I kind of actually like it the way it is with that gray. And so I do have some charcoal gray when we did the painting here, so I might just do that. But of course, you know, we got to do the infamous alley run test to see how how Bandit does with that on it. And yeah, set the fuel to on. Goodness, it takes a good while. Let's see how the battery does after sitting in here, not on the charger, for probably about a good couple of weeks. I got a kickstand off of a bike as a boot. But here we go. Starts right up. Much better. All right, take two. Wiggle test, still in there pretty solid. Almost got stuck a couple times. Again, bad ground clearance. Just do a quick little check here just to see and make sure nothing got caught. All right, sounds good. Let's bring her inside now. Okie doke. Wait. I knew I was forgetting something. Hold on. I changed my mind. I actually like black a lot better, and it adds a nice little bit of contrast to Bandit's color palette. And again, it just looks pretty clean as it is right now. It's Rust-Oleum 2 months paint plus primer, gloss black, just one simple coat. Accidentally brushed against this bracket here. This is the first time I've actually hung something from my garage like this. I actually need to do this more if I'm going to be painting small little bits and pieces like this. I almost couldn't see it. It just camouflaged right in. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to let this dry for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to slap it all back together and let it cure from there. So to keep me busy, I gotta go mow my lawn, and then, well, we'll see you later, because the reason I wanted to do that and that is because we're gonna be doing yet another ride, testing, well, not really, just testing the structural integrity of my welding, and also if we don't lose any more bolts coming from that starter, because that was unfortunate, but we replaced it, and hopefully we don't have to do it again. It's tightened down snug this time with proper length bolts, and hopefully down the road too, when I go onto a trip or a vacation for about a week, we might figure out a way to we may see if we can find a way to cover up our flywheel, because if you can, actually you can't see from this angle, but the problem you have when you do this engine electric start kit is you have your flywheel exposed. Can you see that silver bit right there? It's like right back here. That's part of the flywheel, and it's also worse down below. You can't see it there, but it's right in the back there in the dark abyss underneath the starter motor. So if I got big chunks, come on English, if I got big chunks of pumice going in there, that's not going to be really good, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's all I've got for the day. I'll catch you when we're getting ready to go do our riding. Okay, I take that back. It's actually the next day, or not really the next day, the couple following days, because I want to add some more upgrades to this thing for a future trip that I'm going to be taking. Might be doing some night riding, and what I wanted to do is add a head and tail system, and the good thing is we have a charging system to keep it charged up. So I'll start with the back since I'm already back here. I made this flat plate out of 1/8 flat stock, and here's how it goes down. So it's pretty much symmetrical on the other side, and these two holes bolt on the tail lights. This is for the ground for the tail light. I'm gonna stick you stick a ring terminal on the other side, and you just put a nut. And these are soldered just so you can fit the wires in easily, because the wires hide behind the tail blade. Obviously, it's the same thing here. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to try and see if I can just tackle it in place, right smack in the center there. And if it works, I'll just go ahead and finish welding just carefully at a time. If it doesn't, then I'm going to make a temporary, or use a temporary piece of metal that's angled 90 degrees, clamp it to the back pipe there, and then just rinse and repeat what I just did here. So there's that for the back. As far as the front goes, the easiest DIY way of mounting a headlamp without welding, I wouldn't mind welding this, but this steering tube is very thin walled. I really don't want to burn through it essentially and kill the bearings inside, because they're already taking a beating earlier from trying to weld this thing at the give and rake. So you use a hose clamp, and then you have a couple options. You can stick it up top, you can stick it in the middle, but it can't rotate, or you stick it towards the bottom. I might relocate this towards the fork, I don't know, but I kind of like this where it is. But the only problem is it points straight, and you can't really aim down. I mean, you can while it's straight. I really want it like right there, but the only problem is you steer it, bonk, and it moves out of the way. Now to control all this, I like this. Still using the same bolt where the key switch is, and you just got a little toggle switch. Boop. There's on, and there's off. It's just a two-way. It's reverse polarity. Just take one bit of electric current there, take it out to the positive there. I'm going to do a similar thing what if I do with that plate, and then just ground it to the gusset. You can see on the other side that I have a plug that plugs into this, into a ring terminal. I can just ground it right here, and then that will in theory be our head system. As far as the lead, I'm going to take this plug, and I have a 2-into-1 where this will plug into the 2 part, and then I will route the other 2 into the tail lamps, and that will go to the switch, which will go therefore to the battery. All right, let's get welding. And for safety, I'm just going to go ahead and disconnect the battery. I don't want to risk shorting anything. I don't know if the welder does that or not, because I'm going to have it grounded to the back. I just don't want to risk anything. If we're going to be pushing 110 amps back here, that will be not really healthy for the battery. So yeah, it's probably good. It is good practice. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I actually found out that bigger magnets actually hold this in place, and I doubled up with smaller magnets on the left side. If that's at least tacked in place, I will be happy, but no guarantees. Whoa, wait a minute, think we are burning holes. Wahoo! Why is it lawn arcing like that? That one was okay, but not really. There we go, that's looking better. So chipping away the slag, these welds are not my best. It is holding, which is good. There's a little bit of play out here, but that's just because it's a long piece and it's 1/8 flat. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna weld on the back side here, and then we'll go ahead and let this cool for a little bit, clean it up, and then we will just start assembling, and we're doing the wiring. All right, well, for the moment that trying to weld the back side of this didn't really work, so instead I added a little bit more here and here, cleaned up the welds, and I know it's hideous. I'm gonna paint it, and hopefully nobody will notice. But it is pretty sturdy, as I mentioned before, so I'm not gonna worry too much about it anymore. You have to really smash hard into this, or like I said, pound it really hard with the sledgehammer on either side. A little bit of flop and play in that, but again, I'm not too worried. So while this is cooling down a little bit more, I'm gonna work on retrofitting that headlamp and actually starting to wire it a little bit. So catch you in a bit. I got a bit of a progress update for you. So I got the headlamp in, I just readjusted it a little bit, and then I wired it basically into our lead out to the battery, up to the switch, and then this comes out, and this white wire here will come back towards here because I got to plug up to the taillights back there. But the good thing is, flick the switch, we have a headlamp, turn the key. Whoop. I did not mean to turn that on by accident. Looks like there's a little bit of fuel left over, and I had the fuel is off. Sorry, the bandit, didn't mean to scare you. All right, catch you a little further a bit. Finally, after a couple good hours, I have finally done it. It's all loose at the moment, but we are going to tidy it up and lube it up and whatnot. But here's the rundown. So wiring for the electric start, still the same. Haven't touched, except the lead wire here that goes to the solenoid. Yes. So we have this wire going out here, running along this jumbled mess into our switch. Switch carries that electricity to the positive of the head and the taillights, and the grounds are taken care of through the frame, which the ground of the battery is connected up to. So to test this, flick the switch. We got a head. Come over here. We got tail 1, tail 2. Looking pretty good. Turn that off. And then of course we have keyed start. We'll let that run for a second anyway. Still got that lamp. And still got tail 1, tail 2. Turn that off. All right, now we just got to button it all up. Booyah! We are all tidied up, loomed up, except a little bit back there. But yeah, it's all in. We are cable tied up. I tested everything. It works. This shop is a mess. I need to clean it up, and we need to get some writing finally done, because that's what this video was supposed to be. But it's like, oh, I want to do all this other stuff. So I'm going to go out here in just a little bit, get some cinematography shots, and then we will finally get on with our ride today. So Emmanuel, it's been about a year since you've seen this thing, and it looks a whole lot different than what you've ridden in the past, am I right?
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right, what are your thoughts on this Trike so far?
I think it looks great, and has a lot of performance upgrades as well.
Oh yeah.
And I can't wait to see what it feels like.
Okay, well, whenever you're ready, turn that key and hit the choke and send it.
Alrighty.
Choke in, there you go. Go for it. So folks, if you don't remember, this is my buddy Emmanuel from my freshman year at college. He rid this on the very first maiden voyage. So it's a whole different experience. Buddy, where are you going? Okay. Oh God. Okay, and he already wants to get into it. I gave him a little demonstration earlier since the throttle screw is backed out. Hey, there he goes, he's got it. And this guy too is an animal. Oh, geez. Ah! Whoa! All right, kill it! Kill it!
Oh boy, that was
Are you okay?
that was a little scary.
Yeah.
Yes, I am okay. I hope she's okay.
Oh, good God. First accident. Okay. Oh. I wasn't holding the camera. I freaked out. Oh no, the tail lamps!
Oh!
Ah!
Yikes.
Ah, it'll bend back in place.
Okay.
Oh, the drum brakes broke.
Crap, dude.
Oh, That's not fixable. Ah, dude. The moment I let you, I give you the thing, or you break it.
Yikes. Yes.
Are you okay though?
I'm okay.
The Trike can be fixed, but
I bumped my ankle a little bit, but that'll not too bad. Yep.
Okay. Oh,
Well then.
I might have. You didn't bend. I'm pretty sure you didn't bend the axle, but I wonder if. I'm just gonna roll it forward.
Yep.
Okay, the chain is still tensioned on and stuff. Huh. It's like I saw you going over. Oh my god. I saw you going over to the curb, and then it's like, oh, dude, does he know how that you can't stop that thing really easy?
Yeah.
I don't recall if I told you to give yourself plenty of stopping.
You did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was getting used to it. I could tell when I went over there, like, oh, that doesn't stop
No.
too easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Breathe in, breathe out. First accident. Gosh darn it. Dang it, Bobby. Well, glad it happened here and not like out in the middle of nowhere. I can take this home and fix it. Oh. All right, so we lost the rear brake, and it's opened back up. I have a vice grip, but I don't want to jury. Oh, the barrel adjuster broke. That ripped. You see that?
Oh,
When you were turning the key a second ago, by the way, when you're
I was trying to figure out which way to tune it to get it off, and I went the wrong direction.
Okay,
at first.
so that's why I heard the starter motor, and I thought the ground broke. And actually, speaking of which, I want to inspect the other side because that's where the ground is. Okay, that one's okay. That's okay. I mean, if the seat holds, it's fine, but it's like the brackets in particular. If they're gone, then they're gone. Whoo! Battery. Oh, battery's gonna go. It's ready to wiggle off.
Is that the casing for the battery or the battery itself?
It's hot out here, guys. Give me a second. The battery tray that holds it.
Okay.
I didn't trust my welds, and the video, and this is the video which I did it too. We're gonna take a second to breathe, and then we'll cut to the outro. Unfortunately, then I guess. Where are you? There you are. First wreck. Let's give him the prize.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it's okay, man. I'm not pissed. Accidents happen. All right, we'll see you in a minute. All right, well let's go ahead and get this thing back to the truck. We've assessed the damage. We're gonna have to let this sit for a while. The axle is rolling okay. The lights don't work anymore, but. Calling us out. All right, buddy. So what did we learn from today, from doing this?
Well, for one, practice more than you think you need to.
Yes, sir.
And even if an engine looks relatively small, it may be more powerful and more dangerous than you
Exactly.
originally thought.
This is not your average 6.5 horse. You never want to underestimate its power, and most importantly, you never sometimes just don't want to do what we do. If it weren't for him having the helmet and then controlling most of it, we probably wouldn't be here right now. So I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you're okay. Helmet. Practice makes perfect. Might need bigger shoes. And this is a wake-up call, people. It looks fun here or behind that screen of yours, but out here, a lot of things are happening at once, and anything unexpected could happen. So let's make this a lesson learned for you guys, for whatever you guys are doing out there. Please be safe, everyone. Don't do what we do.
We took precaution to be safe. You you know, warn me about what it's like.
I did, yeah. Just a quick disclaimer. I went out first before him, and I just told him to gain a feel of it, the difference between like full throttle and slightly less throttle since the throttle screw was out, and well, he got a good couple minutes in before it all went down south.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's on me. I goofed.
Yeah, it's okay, dude. We'll learn from our mistakes, and
that's a good way to look at it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, forgive and forget, buddy. We'll figure this out in another day. So yeah, that's gonna do it, unfortunately, for this video. I'm sorry I ended on such a sad note. I'll assess the damage some other time. I'm just gonna give myself a break, and thankfully I don't have any plans for the 4th since, well, we're all on lockdown right now. And yeah, we'll see you guys around. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, geez.
Oh, it is coming right off.
Yeah, I knew I couldn't trust my welds. All right, we done.